Man, it's early on a Saturday. We're getting free rewards because Clash Royale's been doing that a lot recently, and it makes me happy. Like, look at all this. Free mortar Evo. That's awesome. We got the Goblin Barrel Evo challenge. We're gonna play it. I think the Evo Goblin Barrel kind of sucks. I don't think it's good. Ooh, Mega Knight though. Mega Knight in draft is always a W. I will always take that. We'll go Rascals here. So what I want to talk about today, I don't know. I have a couple things I want to talk about. I'll talk about the first thing I want to talk about first. Ignore what I just said. That made no sense. First thing I want to talk about, there's been a lot of stuff going on recently with this game. That is just goblins. Goblins are everywhere. So we're playing in Jungle Arena right now. Dude, I can't do anything for that minion horde. We're playing in Jungle Arena. The Evo for the season is Evo Goblin Barrel. We have this little event where we get goblin stuff for free. Why'd you just log that? I don't know. We have that. You can also get Evo Mortar from it. Oh, I just lost. What the heck? But yeah, you can get Evo Mortar from it. There's been like this Twitter account that's popped up called Stay Goblin. I don't know if any of you are on Twitter a lot, but I am. You should follow me. But there's been this Twitter account called Stay Goblin where it's this account that's just a goblin from Clash Royale. And it's just doing the weirdest crap ever. And I don't know what its purpose is, but it's here. And if I had to take a guess, it makes me think something with this new update is goblin related. I don't know what. It just makes me think with all the goblins in the game. I mean, the goblins have been a staple of Clash Royale literally forever. But I just can't help feel this is somehow update related. So that's how I feel. Yeah, my tower's gone. This draft, not a fan of this draft. The OG draft game mode, it's kind of broken. It's very broken. Like, triple draft is so much better. I would even take mega draft. Like, I think mega draft is fun. It was not fun that one season where it was the Path of Legends game mode. But when mega draft is just allowed to be its own thing, which it is right now, in that case, I think it's fun. It just isn't fun right now. Dude, these rascals, not these rascals, these minions are owning me. I'm getting owned by minions, dude. Minions are eating my lunch. Hog Rider, you're gonna have to take this tower. Please take it for me. Come on, one more. Okay, we're not done yet. He's just gonna RG in the pocket though, so we're basically done. I'll predict a Night Witch for that. Yay, that worked. What do you know? That's cool, but now we got this skeleton barrel. Okay, why is this game actually getting close? Is this a game I can win? Can I bait out the log here with the rascals? Okay, yes, log has been baited. Is it gonna be enough though? Because no, the minion horde's still there. It's not gonna be enough, dude. It's not gonna be enough. Who am I kidding? I mean, that was good damage, but I got down too much early. I'm so cooked. But yeah, let me know what you all think about the goblin stuff. Again, I've reiterated this in the past, but these little events they've been doing are really cool. I mean, it's a free Evo Mortar. What's better than that? A free evolution. Even though it's not the best evolution, you know, you could give a better evolution than Mortar. It's still a free evolution, so I will take that. All right, next thing I want to talk about is the balancing of this game. Just because I don't really pay attention much to the meta anymore because I don't really play Path of Legends much anymore. The last time I really grinded hard on the Path of Legends was when I made that video of playing Royal Recruits for 30 days straight and I got to Ultimate Champion. That was really the last time I grinded Path of Legends, and that was back in September of 2023. So it's been a while since I've grinded. I just don't feel a need to grind anymore. I just don't. I mean, this free-to-play account I'll grind on eventually. We got Golem Night Witch, by the way. Isn't that just epic? We're reverting back to 2019 right here. This is making me happy. This is what Clash Royale is meant to be. Golem, Night Witch, and then 3 Musketeers to counter. This is peak Clash Royale. This is making me happy. This is what Clash Royale is supposed to be. If you weren't playing the game back then, you're missing out. Oh my gosh. What was I talking about? The game's meta. Yeah, the meta is so crazy because I was looking at Royale API the other day and I was just like, you know, seeing what cards are good. And, you know, you have some of the usual suspects. Let me pull it up right here so I can reference it again. Just so I can look at stuff. But the biggest thing that stood out to me amongst everything that's going on in this game right now is that I feel like evolutions have warped. Evolutions and Tower Troops. I think especially Dagger Duchess. Especially Dagger Duchess. I'm so glad she's getting nerfed. But they have warped the meta so much that there is really only, I'd say, 30 or so cards in this game that you can actually use and be competitively viable with. And that's not good. That's a very low number. Now, you may think 30 isn't a low number. But when you have, according to Royale API, 128 cards in the game, that's including evolved variants and non-evolved variants. So, like, Evo Wizard and non-evolved Wizard are considered 2. But just some of these, like, win rates for some of these cards are just so low. Like, even, like, a card that has been historically good, like the Dark Prince, it only has a 1% usage rate and a 35% win rate right now. I mean, in any other situation, without evolutions and without Dagger Duchess being insane, Dark Prince would probably be, you know, a average to above average card right now. But because of the way the meta is, Dark Prince kind of sucks. And that's just weird. There's so many other cards that are like, that have been historically good that just aren't good right now. Dark Goblin is horrible. Electro Giant right now is not good at all. Flying Machine, Mighty Miner, Royal Delivery, Prince, Ice Golem. All these cards I'm listing out have below 40% win rates. And for me at least, I would say in order to be considered a good card, I think you'd have to have at least 50% win rate. And all of these cards would generally be considered good cards. But just because of the way the meta is right now, they're just not good. And it's kind of interesting to see. I was watching an old video of mine that I made back in 2020, talking about cards that I wished would get balanced in the game, right? You know, I used to do balance change wishlist videos back when they did monthly balance changes, where I'd make videos being like, okay, I pick out like 4 cards to be buffed, 4 cards to be nerfed, and maybe a card or 2 to be reworked. That was something I would do frequently. I don't do it anymore though. And I was looking at those videos and I was looking at the meta and the way it was. Of course you had cards that were good. Like November 2020, I think was an interesting meta because Barbarian Hut was one of the best cards in the game at that time. And kind of Graveyard and Splash Yard kind of enveloped itself around that meta. And it created a really toxic meta for like a month. But even in that toxic meta, it's not like you had to use the cards revolving around Splash Yard. You know, it feels like if you want to push in top ladder these days, you have to use certain cards. Like if you're not using Evolve Knight, Void Spell, Little Prince, Giant, Evo Tesla, cards like that, if you're not using those cards, then you're kind of cooked. Or if you're not playing to directly counter those cards, then you are definitely cooked. And that's not healthy. And the meta's been like this for a while, kind of ever since Evolutions came out. And things are starting to change for the better. By the way, we won that game. Don't know how he did that. But yeah, things are starting to change for the better. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, so I'll just keep it very minimal in terms of what I say. But Clash Royale has changed in 2024 how they're doing balances. And so far, I think it's been pretty decent. They had that big wave where basically every evolution in the game got some sort of rework to some extent, which I really liked. I shouldn't have played that Dark Prince. What are we doing here? What am I doing here is the real question. But that was a big thing. And if things like that continue in the future, where it's just an overall effort to make the game more balanced, then I'm a fan of that. And like this next wave of balances, as well as a good example, because we're getting a Duchess nerf, which is great. I don't think, interestingly enough, this wave of balances wasn't really supposed to happen because we had a wave of balances in May, but when they're supposed to be every other month, but now we're getting them in June. So this wave was kind of emergency, I guess you could say. It was needed though, but we're getting Duchess nerf, beautiful. A little bit of change to the Void spell, beautiful. I'm gonna rage. My soldiers rage. Call me Commander Irwin like that. Attack on Titan references go hard. But yeah, the meta is getting better. Really, Clash Royale has never had a 100% balanced meta. I don't think it's possible for any video game to do that. Especially because there will always be major discrepancies between what the pros play and what the casuals play. Like in pro gameplay, you do not see Mega Knight. But in the range of 4,000 to 7,000 trophies, Mega Knight is about all you see. So it just kind of varies. Like another game I play, I talk about this a lot. I play Apex Legends. I love Apex Legends. It's my favorite battle royale of all time. Nothing will rival peak Fortnite, prime Fortnite in 2017 and 2018. But I played Apex Legends consistently for the longest period of time. And that's another game where there's a lot of different characters in the game. And a lot of them are used very differently. Like the legends that are used in casual gameplay and non-ranked gameplay vary differently from those that are used in ranked gameplay, and even those vary differently from those that are used in like competitive esports play. So it's just really interesting to kind of look at, I guess is what you can say. So yeah, very intriguing stuff. We're on the come up though. Overall, I think 2024 has been a decent year for Clash Royale. It's been better than 2023. And that's enough. That's enough to make me happy. Yeah, come on, Giant. Please take that tower from me. Please take that tower from me. Thank you. We're back. We are so back. Oh my goodness. We are so back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I guess last thing I want to talk about, I think this video is going to be long. I've been recording for 13 minutes. Oh my gosh. Last thing I want to talk about, I've been watching a lot of Godzilla movies recently. Not just the recent ones in the MonsterVerse made by Legendary Studios, but I've been going back and like watching some of the old stuff. And some of these movies are some of the most insane things that you will ever watch. Like last weekend, I watched Godzilla Final Wars, right? It was the craziest thing I've seen. There were so many monsters in it. It was unreal like that. Did I just lose? Yeah, I just lost. But it was just unreal. I recommend watching it if you have the chance. It's kind of goofy, but it was fun at the same time. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. See you later.